Darealp, baby.
Wins Ultimate Madness 5. That is what we are here to speak about today. Shout outs to the squad, shout outs to the YouTube community, the battle rap community. Salutes to everybody. Hope everybody is having a great day and enjoying themselves. At the time of this recording, this is Thursday. This recording probably will be posted on Friday, a day before the Ultimate Madness event. Live and for free on Caffeine. 2 p.m. my time central, as you can see from the art, 3 p.m. Eastern. Salutes to everybody in every time zone. Appreciate y'all. After a pretty good first week with a little bit of controversy, we know what happened. We know it was some controversy with the True and Geechee the Gotti battle. Geechee the Gotti, here I go, sounding like Smack. Shout outs to Smack. None and Sheed happens. None and Sheed happens probably was the one. And we also had a little controversy from the Shotgun Suge and Swamp battle. I feel like cut and dry for the most part. But with the exception of those three battles and probably the None and Sheed battle for me, let's get on to the second round of Ultimate Madness 5. True Foe versus She Happens. JC versus Head Ice. Real Sick versus Fonz. And we got Swamp versus Rum Nitty. It's an awkward, to say the least, it's an awkward second round. It just reads, it doesn't read well, right? So let's kick this thing off. Now look, I know a lot of people ain't doing predictions. I know the YouTube algorithms are telling me nobody's watching these prediction videos. People getting their predictions from the Twitter spaces. You know what I mean? The community. Salutes to the Twitter space community. Caffeine chat. You know what I mean? People is, going to certain various people channels and chatting amongst themselves. So it doesn't seem to be a lot of prediction videos. There's a lot of recap videos. You know what I mean? I see a lot of the algorithms also tell me what type of videos people like. Respectfully, I won't be making those. I'm still making my prediction videos. That's what we doing. It's because this is what I love to do. Battle rap shit, you feel me? JC versus Head Ice is where we will start this thing. First of all, salutes to Head Ice for having a stellar performance against Shuni the Rapper. He came, he gave us 3 rounds, he gave us some decent material. It wasn't the best Head Ice I ever heard, but he gave us some material. He got through all his rounds, so you gotta salute to that. You gotta take your heads off to that. You also gotta be aware of the fact that Shuni really didn't bring her A game that night, and that played a big part into Head Ice advance. I wouldn't say a big part. It played a part into Head Ice advancing to the second round. So salutes to Head Ice. We get to JC versus O-Red for JC advancing to face Head Ice. A lot of the same, right? Like O-Red was O-Red, you know what I mean? JC was JC. I think I had a higher level JC than the O-Red because O-Red can compete with anybody if you know your battle rap history, right? He can compete with anybody, but when I put it on levels, like I feel like I got a higher JC than I did O-Red. So that led to JC and Head Ice seeing each other second round of the Ultimate Madness tournament. I don't have the Ultimate Madness 5 tournament. I don't have to spend a lot of time on this, to be honest with you. I'm not finna talk your ear to death on this one. I said it before in the beginning of the year, just like I said the Warriors was gonna win the final. Salutes to them, Golden State. What up? I don't see too many people beating JC. I just don't see it happening. Like, I gotta see it. So without talking about it a lot, I really got JC. Probably got him with the 3-0. No disrespect to Head Ice, because he's one of my favorites, you know what I mean? Especially as a founder, you know what I mean? Early on favorites from first starting watching battle rap. So it's no disrespect to Head Ice. It's just what I expect JC to do. I really don't think Head Ice can do a lot right now to compete with that. So salutes to Head Ice making it to the second round. He definitely did his thing in the first round, but I think this is where the show stops. You know what I mean? This is where the show stops, and it is what it is. Then we get the Real Sick and Fonz. Real Sick got here facing a Stumbles that stumbled, right? Like, there's no way to cut it. Stumbles had some of the best material of the night. Like, Stumbles really surprised me because I didn't know a lot about Stumbles before the first tournament he was in. And he was alright, you know what I mean? I like the like a lot of people say, I like the voice inflection. I like the, you know what I mean, the you can hear the passion, right? You can hear the passion, you can hear the pain in his voice, right? So everybody like that. Then he got a high delivery, you know what I mean? Like he can work on his flow, he can work on a few things, but for the most part, it's not a lot to critique other than the fact that he stumbles. So with that being said, Stumbles probably had the best material of the night. Real Sick won that battle, fan square. He didn't choke, he didn't slip. This a tournament. We not doing that. You feel me? So Real Sick won that battle, fair and square. And if I have to say anything to Real Sick, I would say this should be an eye opener because you can't bring what you brought against Stumbles that first round against Fonz. Fonz packing that up. Like respectfully Real Sick. Like I fucks with you. I think you a dog. But respectfully, that's getting Fonz is killing that. So salutes to you for making it to the second round to face Fonz. Fonz got here by beating Prestavia. Gun titles, what up? Shout outs to Prestavia. I really fuck with Prestavia. Honestly, like didn't know a lot about her until like the last year or so. You feel me? And yeah, you know what I mean? Like she cooks. Like what else? What do you want me to say? I can't hate on it. She cooks. You know what I mean? She messed up in the Fonz battle or whatever. Um, it happens. You feel me? Like you gotta, you don't make it a habit. Don't make it a habit. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between making it a habit and doing it once or it happening, right? Like we can say, okay, she stumbled, he stumbled, it happened. We can say that. But if you continually stumbling or we seen you 3 times and you stumbled all 3 times, then it's like, okay, so that's what you do. So salute to Prestavia, you know what I mean? She kind of stumbled, fumbled in the battle. Fonz turned up like it was nothing. Shout outs to Fonz. Fonz got everything that it takes to win this tournament because he's done it before. He's actually won a tournament before, an Ultimate Madness tournament before. So he got what it takes. He knows what it takes. I mean, like, so Real Sick and Fonz battling is gonna be that's gonna be one of the ones. I think that's gonna be one of the better battles of the night. To be honest with you, probably battle of the night. Probably battle of the night. I pick between Trufo and She Happens, Fonz and Real Sick. Those are my picks for battle of the night. This is gonna be a war. Real Sick versus Fonz is gonna be a war. It's gonna be a lot of it's gonna be a lot of bars and there's gonna be a lot of heavy bars. We already know Real Sick with his punches, with his cadence and his, you know what I mean, the way he set his shit up. You know what I mean? And then we know Fonz, he just pretty much, EFB punching every bar, you feel me? So that's just gonna make for a good fight. They both the same class, so it just makes for an interesting fight. But I know they gonna keep it respectful because you know what I mean, that class seemed to rock with each other in a different way. So salutes to them. Let's get the Trufo versus She Happens. Before we get started, salutes to Trufo. Through all the controversy, through all the talk, through anything, you won that battle and you beat a fan favorite, a living legend, and one of the best, if not the best. You can argue it how you want to argue it. He's up there. He's in a conversation. You know what I mean? Like as currently active, the best right now. Like he's in a conversation, however you want to slice it. And Trufo came and did what he was supposed to do. He did not let up. He choked in the third round. I heard a lot of people say he could have just ended it and been good. He could have for 2 reasons. One, I feel like what he did after that It was a sample size of material for one. And for two, Geechee Gotti third round was crazy. I don't really think with that material you was gonna win that round anyway. But in all honesty, it didn't matter to me because I had you up the first two. Like I'm not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that 1-1 going into try to make it interesting. No, it's not 1-1 going into the third to make it interesting. It's not. It's 2-0 going into the third. And Geechee Gotti got to win the third so that he won't get swept, so he won't get 30. That's what it is. Let's give it up when we're supposed to give it up. You know what I mean? We're not doing that. So, Trufo, salute to you, dog. You did what you had to do, like I said, against a fan favorite, Geechee Gotti. Wasn't an easy task. Wasn't an easy task at all. She happens versus None. These two battles right here, been talked about. They've been talked about. She happens. Oh, hold on. Let's backtrack back to the Geechee Gotti True Foe battle. Now, with me judging this battle personally, since everybody has something to say about it, I want to make sure that everybody know what I got to say about it. You feel me? I had True Foe. I think I had him edging. I had him edging one of the rounds. I had him clearly winning another round. Then I had Geechee Gotti winning the third. I think I had True Foe clearing the second. But I know just being you know what I mean, who I am, it was like when I was watching the battle, I noticed, I looked, I'm like, True Foe up 2-0. I was even in the caffeine chat like, damn, he really winning it. So salutes to him. But she happens in None. Another battle that has something to talk about. I went against this judgment. Now I went with the True Foe, Geechee Gotti judgment. We all know it's 2-2 going to the fan vote. What happened, right? So I went with the She Happens None. I went against the She Happens None judgment because it was like, from what I saw, None was bomb. You know what I mean? And I'm yet to actually rewatch that battle. They did drop on the app, I believe. It dropped on the app. I'm yet to go back and watch it. I felt like None won. When I was watching it, I felt like he won, but admittingly, feeling like it was a debatable battle. You feel me? And feeling like it depends on who was judging it that night, right? Who was the crowd that night? You feel me? Because I feel like if you played that battle to 100 people who don't know battle rap, I think it'll go 50-50. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of them battles, but I personally had None winning. Salutes to She Happens for winning because it don't matter what I feel. It don't matter what you feel. It matter what the judges feel. And if it come down to a fan vote, then we get to say what we want to say. Let's make sure we vote, right? Can't talk if you ain't vote. Don't say you had None winning, but you ain't vote. You know what I mean? Like, so salutes to She Happens in True Foe facing each other second round of the Ultimate Madness tournament. I'm going True Foe. I'm going True Foe here on out. I'm going True Foe. If True Foe beats She and JC beats Head Ice, I'm still going True Foe. I mean, I'm not gonna talk. We're not gonna waste time talking about that. I think She Happens is mad creative. I think his rhyming pattern is like underrated. I mean, I guess people notice it, but I don't think people really notice it like they should. But I really like She Happens. I think he's mad creative. Like a lot of people said, it's not too many people. It's not anybody that really sounds like him. He don't really sound like anybody. You know, it's that whole Big T type of thing, like to where nobody's just been able to sound like that person. Not saying if they've been trying or not, but they just not sounding like that person. So salutes to She. He most definitely one of the most creative out. But True Foe look home. True Foe look home. And True Foe say it in every interview. I'm still in these streets. I'm still out here. Y'all good. No, I'm still out here. He say it every time. So just off the hunger of a Chicago nigga, I'm already knowing he coming for that. So salutes to True Foe. I got him advancing to the third round versus JC. I got Fonz advancing to the third round versus Real Sick. I don't think I gave that prediction, but I feel like Real Sick escaped by the hair on his chinny chin, you feel me? And I don't think Fonz gonna let that go. And we gets the Swamp versus Rum Nitty, and salutes to Swamp Town, salutes to the Carolinas, salutes to all them. Swamp beat Suge in a, you know what I mean, in the first round. To me, again, a debatable battle. I had Swamp winning, but if you would have had Suge winning, I wouldn't have honestly been mad. This is a debatable battle to me, but salutes to Swamp for, you know what I mean, getting the votes where they counted, getting the judges or the, you know what I mean, fans, or however you got to do it. Like, you know what I mean, you got to that second round. So salutes to him. Rum Nitty versus real name Brandon. We know there's a bunch of controversy with this. It wasn't supposed to be Rum Nitty at first. Rum Nitty ended up taking it last minute. So we had to have a 1 round battle instead of a 3 round battle. Don't know how that was agreed upon, but obviously both parties agreed up on it because they went into the battle and did their thing. It was a very good battle. We need 3 rounds of this. I know everybody's said this, but we need 3 rounds of this. Unfortunately for real name Brandon, he can't seem to get a fair shake. He doesn't seem to be able to get a fair shake in a tournament setting. It doesn't seem like, but you know what I mean, just smooth selling point A to point B doesn't seem to be able to happen to him. But salutes to him for showing up and showing out. He most definitely showed out. But Rum Nitty is Rum Nitty. Nitty is Nitty. And he's Nitty. So with that being said, I don't have to predict Nitty and Swamp because it's Nitty. Like if Nitty loses, everybody will be surprised. Like, and there's no disrespect to Swamp. I fucks with Swamp. I like Swamp. You know what I mean? I know he seemed to be polarizing. It's like some people fuck with him, some people don't. I fuck with Swamp. You feel me? I feel like he stand on good morals and shit like that. Like I feel like he stand on something. You know what I mean? So I fucks with him. But this battle rap, we talking about Rum Nitty. Rum Nitty's an alien. He's not from this planet. You know what I mean? So I definitely got to get it to Rum Nitty. So with that being said, I'm done breaking down my predictions. I want this video to be short and sweet, but it ended up being about 20 minutes anyway. My bad. You know what I mean? Salutes to everybody. So before we get out of here, so that y'all not confused, I got Truthful versus JC going to the third round. I got Fonz versus Rum Nitty going into the third round. And if I'm wrong, I'll be back to hold myself accountable.
The real P, baby.